Hi, everybody. I'm Jessie Cohen from Jessie Cohen Marketing. If you don't know me, I am a marketing consultant. I run a little agency called Jessie Cohen Marketing. It's very creative. I also run a Facebook group called Actionable Marketing, and you are here to watch Robin and I do website reviews. So Robin, why don't you take a minute, introduce yourself, and time to task.
Great, thanks, Jessie. Hi, guys. I'm Robin White. I own Time to Task, and I am a WordPress website designer. And I work with coaches, creatives, and consultants to help them thrive online. And really happy to be here today. Thanks.
Yay! So if you guys are tuning in, this is episode number 3 of our website review series, or it's called Review My Website. So today we have a wonderful volunteer. The website is pretzelkids.com. And for those of you who don't know, if we're looking down, Robin and I both have copious notes that we reference throughout the video. So we make sure that we get in all the points. The best way to watch our videos is to kind of go through, think about your website, pick up some tips and tricks. We try not to repeat ourselves in terms of feedback, website to website. Did I miss anything in there? I think I covered it all.
I think that's good.
All right, well, let's dive into it. Let's make sure I don't have another technology fail, but it seems to be working on this end. So here we go. So we're looking at the website Pretzel Kids. I have to say that I love the name Pretzel Kids.
It's an awesome name, so creative, because it's all about yoga for kids. So,
right. So
name.
she does teaching teachers who want to teach kids yoga. Did I get that right?
Yes, I think so.
And then parents who are looking for teachers to teach their kids yoga can come on here and find that information as well. So before we dive in, I'll just do a little scroll through so you all can see kind of the homepage here. Starting off, one of the things that I love is the colors. Her branding is fantastic. It's,
It is fun, it's colorful, it's really inviting.
Yes, and it speaks a lot to like the audience that she's trying to attract too, which is awesome.
Yes.
So, and she's got some, she's got a call to action to download an ebook. She's got some great testimonials. This as seen in, so that's some good press that she's had there. We'll talk about that in a minute. And one of the things I want to highlight is all of these little bubbles are links, which is so creative and so cute.
It's really awesome. And it's a website that is chock full of information. There's so much information here, and having all of those links, but not having them be, constant boring buttons is really a great way to share all the information.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that I'll say about the links too is they are interactive. So this is called a hover. As you can see, I'm not clicking, I'm just rolling over it and it changes, so it's a link. So something to consider when you guys are building your sites. Make sure if your links, they have some sort of color change, underline, something so you know that it's clickable. So I think a couple of areas of opportunity that we had right off the bat. I'll start in by talking a little bit about white space. So I think one of the things that we noticed was there's a ton of information, which is great, but there could be like a little bit more white space to give your eye. And I've talked about this in our previous videos, a little bit of a visual break. So you're like, oh, okay, I digested this. Now I get a break. Now let me see what's next, which you don't notice that you do when you're reading a website.
Yes. I think that can be solved by just a little bit more padding in the top and the bottom of each section. Again, like you said, just to give your eye a visual break between the different sections of the page.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Going on to kind of some of the, actually these don't have a hover on them, which I'm surprised about. She does such a wonderful job with segmenting her audience and who she wants to look at, where and when, and how to consume.
Yes.
So you can see, literally the links are become a yoga teacher, hire a yoga teacher, find a class. It's a very clear.
Very clear, very simple. She's made it easy for the visitor to come onto her website and find what they're looking for.
And then down here, I just wanted to highlight it here too. That's incredibly awesome for schools, for parents, for studios, courses, partners. All of these things are pretty killer. It makes it very easy to find stuff.
And the other thing I would mention is her images are fantastic. I
Hi.
mean, look at this, adorable, happy kids practicing yoga. I mean, it's just perfect.
I love his face.
Mhm.
The one other thought that I think we both had, I love this font. It's a personal preference of mine. What they're called uppers and lowers. So you have capitalization and uncapitalized letters. It's a
Sure.
technical term. It's easier. I love how it's easy to read this, but some of the nav items become a mush when you look at them. So one area to think about is having uppers and lowers. I know it's pervasive through the site. I know it's part of the branding, but some of it can be a little bit hard to kind of digest.
Yes, having uppers and lowers does make it easier to read and easier to scan. So maybe just decreasing the amount of all uppers in some spots might be something to think about.
All right, so let's dive in a little bit and go down another layer. So looking at the navigation, I'm going to click on where it says start here because that's where we should start. Do you have any thoughts about the nav, Robin?
Yeah, so the one thing that did strike me as interesting is actually the start here. So when you're looking at a navigation menu, generally your eye is going to start on the left of the page. So you would want the first page that you want the visitor to go to be all the way on the left. And start here wasn't the first part of the nav menu that my eye went to.
I would agree with that.
In the middle, yeah.
So diving into these a little bit, one of the things that I love about her site, and I'll click through a bunch of other pages, but she's consistent with the layout of her pages. Mm-hmm. So do you want to talk a little bit about templates and how important that is when designing?
Yeah, so you really want your website to be consistent from page to page so that it has an overall cohesive feel. And her pages have very similar layouts. So you know they all go together. The other thing she does really wonderfully is her header area and her footer area are consistent on every single page.
And when you say header, what do you mean specifically?
Oh, so the top part of
this pink and gray bar?
Pink and gray bar, yeah, exactly. Yep. Where the nav menu would be, and the footer is this area where she has another menu, and this is great. You know, she's got a place to sign up for her email list, and something we should all have on our website.
Seriously. Yeah. The next spot I'm going to go is to the login page because I think you and I are both obsessed with this a little bit. Mm-hmm. My biggest frustration when people have a website and there's a login, and I'm going to click on it because I'm curious to see, what am I logging into? What are you doing? Yeah. I love that she offers, like, here's what this is for, and here's why you're clicking here. That's killer.
Yes, it's fantastic. It's one of the only login pages where I've seen an explanation of who this is for. So really well done. We both love that.
And she has a place to send you back into the site. You know, there's redirections with how things are set up here, but it says a landing page. Here's what this is. Here's how you got here. You know, here's how you can circle back, and I'm going to circle back over here. All right, I'm not going to dive into each one of these pages because I think a lot of our feedback would be similar to what we gave on the homepage. We love the look and feel, a little bit more white space. She does have uppers and lowers here, which I think is great. It's easier to read.
Yes.
So
Jessie, maybe if we could maybe visit her blog page.
Oh yeah, let me go there.
About that, because one thing that really struck me when I was taking a look is the name of the blog is awesome. Pretzel Pros. I mean, I just love it. It's perfect.
Oh, and there's a little pop-up. I love this pop-up. So a lot of people will put the pop-up on their homepage when you get to the site. I actually think this is a really creative solution because you've dug deeper. Obviously, the person is kind of entrenched in your site. It's on the blog. So not having it on the homepage, but having it on the blog, you know you're going to get quality people here. So I think being creative about where to put it is super, super smart.
I agree. Yeah.
So going through the blog a little bit, and I'm going to talk really about news and press in a minute.
Yeah, and it's really nicely laid out. You know, she's got her categories right there, mindfulness, you know, yoga for kids. So it's broken down. You can find the area that you're interested in reading about.
Yes, I think this is really, really well done.
Yeah, yeah.
Should we pick one?
Sure.
I'm going to pick this one because it's first. So again, we've left-hand nav is great. There's your pop-up again. I didn't fill it out, so I'm guessing when I do fill it out, it'll go away.
I would assume so. Yeah.
But I love sidebars with ads, you know, some sort of ad to have some sort of call to action and offering. Recent posts are in here. The search is easy. The shareability is sticky down here, which is nice. There's all kinds of plugins to get this stuff to work. I hate when they're on the left-hand side and they get in the way of what you're reading.
I know. Yeah,
Drives me
she's done a
bananas.
fantastic job. The blog is amazing. It looks great.
So the other thing, another SEO tip, she's got links, hyperlinks within the body of the article. That's so good.
So good.
There's all kinds of philosophies around how often and where you should link. You know, every other paragraph is usually what I tell people, and she's following the same methodology here. And then it's got a little offer for the next one.
Yes.
The last page I wanted to talk about was the press page, because I think this site in particular does this really, really well. If my screen was bigger, you would see this kind of 4 up on the page, 4 up meaning 4 columns, but my screen is skinny because I'm on a laptop. But something that she does awesome is she's gotten some great press. Put a press page on your site and link to all the articles. This is awesome. So it's easy to read. It's easy to click through. You know, it's relevant. All of this is great for SEO.
It's a fantastic way for potential clients to know how to learn how to know, like, and trust you. And here you've got your press proof. It's fantastic, and it's wonderful that she showcases it.
Totally. And then there's a little call to action for journalists if they want to chat with you directly. Love it. One last point. Let's talk about call to action. I think she's pretty good with them. I don't see any issues here.
I think there's at least one on every.
I mean, it's in the footer.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's relevant ones based on the people that she's speaking to on the pages. But I don't think we had any issues there. So
No. Well done.
Overall, pretty good.
Yeah.
So any final thoughts, Robin?
No, I think it's a beautiful site. It's laid out wonderfully. The color scheme's beautiful. Everything relates to her target audience. It's just a really well done site.
Yeah, I think just a couple of little things, you know, navigation, the usability is great. So nice job.
Nice job.
Well, I'm going to stop sharing. Short and sweet today, Robin. That was fun.
Yeah, it sure was.
Thanks everybody for joining. Look up Robin Time to Task, Jesse Cohen Marketing, and we'll see you for our next episode. Thanks, Robin.
Thanks, Jesse.
Bye.